Sneeze coming at you live from beautiful DNHQ in South Pasadena, California. This is the Blue Heaven Podcast. What is going on? We already see a Chris in the stream with a Go Dodgers. What's going on, Chris? Thanks for hanging out. Yes, what's up, Dodgers Nation? I am Clint. You can find me on the internet as a real FRG. That's Twitter and Instagram.
You're never going to say just Twitter and Instagram. It's always going to be the internet, right?
Oh, yeah.
That's everyone knows what the internet is. It's an all-encompassing thing that includes Twitter and Instagram, and that's it.
Bet.
You cannot find him on Google as real FRG, coincidentally.
You know what'll come up? Twitter and Instagram.
Twitter. My name is Brooke. You can find me as BrookeMe3 on Twitter and Instagram. Also the internet as BrookeMe3. That's what I'm known as.
Bill. There you go.
Yeah.
Because you got real convoluted there. You angry?
Yeah.
Is it angry day?
Yeah. It's Thursday, LA traffic. Yeah.
Some people's kids, guys. On today's show, I'm calling it Welcome to Hell by the Arch, or Dodgers hit Rocky Bottom. A friend of the show, Bill Plunkett, is going to do his best, possibly, to try to talk us off a ledge, maybe.
Or push us off.
Push us off. Yeah, you never really know, Dodger fans. Kershaw's coming home to Puig.
That's cute.
It's going to be fun.
Yeah.
It's going to be fun. Plus another Blue Heaven tweet of the week. It's going to be a good time. So before we get started, we do got to shout out. You guys in the stream will see it over, I think, in this corner. New partner, Sportscaster. We've been working with them for the last couple of weeks, but Sportscaster people, any sports folks out there in the world, if you're interested in doing live streams or some sort of sports broadcasting, you hit them up. That's Sportscaster, as a CASTR.
No E. Much like Brooke. No E.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
We have that in common.
That's what makes you a fella. And don't forget, live stream. It is a live stream. I want you to hit us up in the comments. Let us know where you guys are representing Dodgers Nation tonight, and where are you guys watching? Where's your city? Where's your hometown? Where's your zip code?
What are you most pissed about?
How are you doing tonight?
Yeah.
So we're gonna set this up. This is gonna be super professional because you guys are gonna hear the ring because I have less control of it these days. But we are gonna go to Mr. Bill Plunkett real quick, and watch you can hear it. That's how you know this is real. Unless he doesn't answer.
I didn't hear it right there.
There it is. It's a real call. We got the producer on it. So get your questions ready for Bill, guys. I'm just telling you.
Hello.
Hey, Bill. How you doing? You got Clint here. You got Brooke. What's going on, man?
Hey, guys. It's a thunderstorm in St. Louis. That's what's going on.
Are you? So you're still stuck out there, huh?
Yeah, I don't fly into LAX, so there's limited options to get home from a place like St. Louis on a night flight. So.
Gotta love St. Louis.
Gotta love St. Louis. I really
no,
don't.
You don't.
I really don't. That's like they could not have set up the schedule any worse to go from Colorado to St. Louis. So it's going back-to-back Dodger hells. It's like every time something goes bad, it's one of those two cities, and somehow you end up sweeping in Colorado. What the hell happened in St. Louis, Bill?
I think every game here emphasized the fact that the National League West is a really bad division this year.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
I think those first 10 games, the Dodgers, were playing in the JV division. And then they got out of Colorado and they actually played a good team, not a great team or anything, but a team that's going to be, if not, I think they'll probably maybe be a wild card, but they'll be in it, in that mix all year. And, it was a big step up in quality of competition. So I think the real Dodgers lie somewhere between the team that romped and scored 84 runs in 10 games and the team that was swept here, somewhere in between there.
That still seems better than last year, though, doesn't it? I mean, thinking about the start that they had last year, doesn't it just feel a little bit better, even if they did just go through this awful?
Yeah.
I mean, it was terrible baseball to watch, realistically. At least past 4 games, it was so sloppy.
The first two weren't bad,
right?
Mm-hmm. I mean, the 4-0 game wasn't bad, but yeah, today was just all around bad defensively. They scored 7 runs, but they scored them in the first 3 innings,
right?
Yeah, and then didn't do anything after that.
The ultimate pitcher's duel really was what happened today, and it just felt like a true proper send off to leave St. Louis and have the sweep, have an unhappy flight home. These things happen. Maybe the Dodgers weren't quite that 8-2 team, but we really hope they're not this 0-4 team that just happened.
No, they're still a very good team. They are, I think, better than last year. I think the pitching will sort itself out. I think they kind of got are victims of their own overconfidence in a little way.
Mm-hmm.
They thought they were so good that they could start the season with 2 of their starting 5 compromised, and by that I mean Buehler compromised by the fact that he didn't have really a full spring training to get ready, and Urias compromised by the fact that they are putting such tight reins on him.
Mm-hmm.
So you end up with what you've had this last stretch. You had 3 of the last 6 games, the starting pitcher didn't get past the 4th inning, and that stretches the bullpen and the schedule. 25 games in 26 days coming out of opening day.
Mm-hmm.
That was gonna impact your bullpen, even if you got decent starting pitching. And then you combine the 2, the short starts and the overworked bullpen, and you get the kind of stuff you got today. I don't think it means that they're a bad bullpen or a bad pitching staff. I think they're still going to be a very good pitching staff.
I mean, isn't that something, Bill? Like right when all of Major League Baseball starts to talk about the Dodgers and starts to love them, and they actually start to get national attention for once for a team that's been in the World Series back-to-back years, then they collapse.
Oh, please,
just collapse,
please,
man.
don't whine about media coverage for crying out loud.
We're West Coast baseball, man. We're supposed to be covered every day of every minute. Come on now. We want all of the attention.
It validates your life if A-Rod and Jess Mendoza show up. Is that's what you're looking for?
I would actually prefer the opposite, but that's one man's opinion.
No, actually, I think it is like when you see ESPN doing something, not broadcast wise, but ESPN getting coverage, and you start to see the Dodgers in power rankings, and MLB Instagram actually remembering that the Dodgers exist as a Major League Baseball team.
That's all it really is. Instagram.
That's normally, it's really Instagram.
You just need that validation.
No, it's not that.
Mom didn't hug you enough as a kid. You need that ESPN validation. I'm out here writing day after day after day, and that means nothing.
Oh, Bill, that means
but
everything
A-Rod
to us.
And Jess Mendoza show up. Marley Rivera does a feature on Julio, and that's validation for you guys.
We need everybody to know who we are.
I prefer to go off the OCR Plunkett pieces instead of seeing that, but it seems like every time
there you go.
the national media does get on everybody back, that's when the cookie crumbles over there for the Dodgers. That's just, I mean, mostly it's bad timing.
And then you get everybody on Twitter that's not a Dodgers fan, you just got called out to national attention. And
anybody out there listening who follows me on Twitter, I'm so sick of it. Twitter falls after a game like today, yesterday. Twitter falls into 2 categories. Mm-hmm. Either the world is ending, or by reporting the final score, I'm being too negative and making too big a deal out of it. I was like, they got swept in St. Louis. I'm not saying the season's over, but I said they got swept in St. Louis. Oh, geez, don't be so critical. They're not that bad.
I'm reporting the news. I'm telling you what happened.
Exactly.
I didn't suggest that they lose.
Yeah, Bill,
Meanwhile, the other half
is on you.
Meanwhile, the other half is screaming that they should DFA everybody on the roster except Cody Bellinger.
Those are my favorite.
I deleted my DFA jock line after his 0 for 21. I had to go and delete that. So, I mean, today at least had its fun points. Walker Buehler hit his first home runs of his career. And
he said he hit one. He hit him in high school. I would have to see proof of that.
So did I.
Check the tape. I have a hard time believing
one.
So he hit a home run, and then he decides to go out and get hard. Obviously, he didn't decide it. So first off on that, are you a DH in the NL guy? Are you a proud no DH in the NL ever?
I have covered both American League and National League teams for over my career, and I prefer watching National League baseball.
Thank you.
That's the right answer. Thank you.
100% the right answer. And the crowd goes wild.
And it's not because I want to see the pitcher hit or I want to see sacrifice bunts. I just think the effect of having no DH and making the pitcher bat is that every run scored in the National League has a greater premium on it.
Exactly.
It's just harder. And I think that in the strategy is a little more complex, not rocket science or anything, but a manager has to use his bench differently and a little more smartly, and it's just more challenging. So although I grew up in an American League town, I grew up in Detroit, and part of the time there was a DH, and I go back before that. But I prefer the National League game. I just think it's
smart, man.
Yeah, it's just there's a little more to it.
It's a much better brand of baseball, and that's what we want. And unfortunately, DH is coming in like a year or two, because that's another it's another high price position they could fill. So once again, Buehler, not his best stuff, it seems. Secondary stuff wasn't really there. I saw you posted his quote there on Twitter. It's about his third start of the season, and it's just not good enough. It's not about the shortened spring training so much. He just knows he's got to get the work done. So we're going to play a little bit of I don't know if I call it the concerned game or good, bad, and the ugly, but 5 topics, and you have to tell Dodger fans whether they should be concerned or the problem's going to kind of figure itself out. So this is where you get to talk us off the ledge.
Okay. Well, what if I don't want? Jump. Go ahead. Jump.
You can push us off too. That's fine.
Yeah, or
we'll take
push us
whatever
off.
we can get.
Whatever. It's like, the followers will still be there.
They might. Yeah. So the first one we have, and this one is kind of, it didn't come as a surprise to me. I very much bought into this. I just want to let you know that ahead of time. In your heart of hearts, is Cody closer to the real deal to start the season? Is that actually who he's going to be? Or are we going to see him kind of regress from that? Are we going to see more of what we saw last year, where he's much more, as Clint likes to call it, wishy-washy at the plate?
No, I think he will be better than last year. I don't think he's going to hit 7 home runs every 10 games or anything like that crazy start. But I do think he will be closer to the 2017 guy. I think he's learned some things about his swing, about where he fits in the game, and pitching, how pitchers attack him, and what to do in response. I do think he is a smarter, more sophisticated hitter than he was last year.
Bill Plunkett confirms MVP for Cody Bellinger. Write that one down right away. All right, so bad. This one's pretty obvious. Starting pitching. We're down 2 guys. One is coming back Monday. Richie Hill should be, I think he's throwing a session tomorrow, and they're figuring out where he's going next. But is this really a huge source of concern, let's say, come June? Or is it something we should start really being worried about?
No, relax. Their starting pitching is among the best in baseball.
Because you're already talking about the internet. I'm imagining you get message after message, and I'm assuming you smartly have turned off your DMs, but to see when are they signing Keuchel, when is Keuchel coming?
Sign Keuchel. Yeah, I got one guy the other day after Rue got injured, wanted them to sign Keuchel as if he's going to be ready to pitch Saturday.
Yeah, right. He's ready to go. He's just been throwing the whole time.
Yeah, he's been out there secretly pitching to major league hitters to get ready. No, that's nonsense. Don't worry about the starting pitching. Buehler will figure it out. Kershaw will come back. Rich Hill will come back. Rue will come back. This is the way the Dodgers operate with starting pitching. You don't have 5 guys who go 30 times. You have 8 guys who go 15 to 20 times. So the fact that Kershaw and Hill have missed the first few starts is not surprising. That Rue has gone to the DL is not surprising.
Yeah.
It's the way they operate, and they'll shuffle 8 or 9 guys through there all season long, and they'll be, for the most part, 9 quality guys, even if that means we see Dustin May and Tony Gonsolin at some point. There are 20-some teams out there jealous of the starting pitching that the Dodgers have. And, it's been 13 games, 14 games, whatever it's been.
Yep.
Just relax.
Other side.
Yeah, and part of that kind of translates into the next part, which is the ugly, which is the relief pitching. But I mean, if you're talking about getting all these guys back and getting them healthy again, that's got to bolster the bullpen. If you think about Julio going to the bullpen, that can only help. I mean, obviously at this point, you got to think it's taken Joe Kelly a little bit longer to find it than we would like, but
he would like,
right? But you get Kershaw and Hill back. I mean, suddenly your worn out bullpen looks pretty damn strong, doesn't it?
Yeah, look at the whatever the bullpen's numbers are now, and subtract the number of runs that Brock Stewart has given up, that JT Chagua gave up. They're not going to be big parts of the bullpen all year long.
Right.
They were just here temporarily because of the trickle-down effect of the starting pitching. And at some point, I suspect that a starting pitcher will go 6 innings. I think it's going to happen.
What is this madness you speak of?
Maybe even 7. I'm just an optimist that way. So at some point, the bullpen won't be throwing 4 or 5 innings every night, and things will settle in. I think the back-end threesome of Baez, Kelly, Jansen eventually will be pretty good. Kelly had these spikes last year in Boston too. He had bad stretches, and then he was unhittable. So it's not surprising that he has a bad stretch, and hopefully he's unhittable soon.
We have Tom over here on Facebook saying Bartolo Big Sexy Cologne is available. We can get it real cheap. Don't worry, the LOL is already in there in the comment, but that's a good comment.
Hey, I covered Bartolo in his last year in Anaheim.
Yeah.
And I do not see how he has become this cuddly, lovable mascot of baseball. He was a jerk. He was.
I've heard that a lot from a lot of people, man.
Yes.
Hey, people like him chunky. I'm telling you, man. That's the way I get.
Well, thank God for that. I'm all on board with that.
We're gonna give a couple points to that one.
The guy missed a year doing PEDs somewhere to get his elbow healthy again, and now he comes back and he's everybody's lovable mascot. I don't get it. I don't get it.
You make one kind of athletic play as a bigger guy, and you automatically win over everybody. That's all it takes.
That's
man.
how I run my softball team. I'm telling you, that's the way I get by. All right, we gotta be positive. Another good. You got another good, don't you, Brooke?
I do have another good. I have actually 2 goods. They kind of coincide. So one of them, Bill, was I was really concerned about Max Muncy just during spring training. When I was watching him during spring, I was like, man, he just doesn't look like he's seeing as well as he normally does. He doesn't expand the strike zone very often. That's kind of been his, how he kind of rocketed to fame last year was that was part of it, not expanding the strike zone. But he does look like he's coming along over the past couple games. I think he's like 8 for his last 19 or something like that. He's got 3 home runs this month. He looks much more locked in than he did at the beginning of the year. And on top of that, Kike is also actually hitting this year.
You're fine. What are you worried about?
Yeah, no, those are the goods. Those are the goods.
No,
those are the ones we're stoked about.
I was with you with Muncy in spring training. He did not look like the guy I saw last year.
Yeah.
And I thought it might be some pressure and some stress because this is the first time in his career. I mean, he's been in situations before where he's trying to win a spot, trying to get to the big leagues. This was the first time that he went into a season having expectations on him. He's got to be something. He's got to be close to what he was last year. The Dodgers are counting on him, and I wonder if that might have been playing in his head a little bit. And it took the start of a season to kind of get into the rhythm and the grind of a season to put that away and just focus on the task at hand, tonight's at bats and things like that.
And to let the wrist get a little bit more healthy too from the end of this spring training.
Yeah, you never know how much there was to that. Because,
right.
These guys don't want to admit if something's really hurt, but he has looked more like himself. More like last year, if not the crazy numbers he put up, and more like last year quality at bats.
Yeah.
On this trip in particular.
All right, so one more ugly, and then I think producer says we can go ahead and let you go. There's Taylor Spencer hopped in. I wasn't going to go this way. So sadly, I think we should send Taylor down or trade him. I don't think we're that far, but do you think Chris Taylor is going to find it? Was he hitting 100 on the season?
He's hitting like less than 100 now, I think. Yeah.
I don't think he will hit 100 for the season. I think he'll hit over 100. But I would be worried about him. He didn't look good in spring training.
Yeah.
He was spewed strikeouts like crazy last year, and he's starting to do it again. I don't know what the answer is. I think there may be some 1 year wonder feel to it now. I don't off the top of my head. I don't know if he has options. I don't know if they can send him down. They probably can.
I don't think they can.
And I don't think that would be a bad idea. If he does have options,
right.
Send him down, let him play every day, in a quieter environment, and maybe he figures it out down there. But right now he's fighting himself, and it looks pretty ugly right now.
Yeah, that's where we have that fun phantom IL stint for him or something like that. You know,
could be an outbreak of tendonitis. You never know.
You never know, man.
Andrew's real good at finding those things for sure. So you feel positive enough considering the internet's around. I think everybody's gonna feel probably not happy or content or anything like that because the internet, you can't win over the internet, but we do appreciate you coming on with us, hanging out for a little while. And,
they were not going to score 8.5 runs a game all year. Though? They were not going to go the whole season without losing a series. They were not going to go all season without losing 4 games in a row. So you got those things out of the way. Now just sit back and enjoy the rest of the season because they are going to be a very good team.
That's a quote right there. Sit back and enjoy the rest.
Sit back and enjoy the rest of the season. I'm going to get that on a T-shirt, Bill. I'll tell you.
There you go.
And people are going to be like, I have no idea what that means.
I have never done that before.
Well, Bill Plunkett, Orange County Register, thanks for hanging out, and we hopefully you're able to get out of St. Louis
sooner rather than later.
Unscathed.
Please, hell, don't make me stay here anymore.
All right, thank you, Bill. We'll chat with you soon.
You got it, guys.
Thanks, Bill.
Awesome.
See ya.
All right, producer, what do we got over on the stream side? I know you got some interesting takes over on the stream, and we see you guys. Don't worry, we don't want to interrupt Bill. He's a very busy man. What you got?
Okay, so Jack Del Perdang on Twitter.
Nailed it.
Never heard of her.
I love usernames.
Never heard of her.
So this person said, is the starting rotation just not as good as people thought it might be, and that's why the bullpen is bad also? Tired bullpen equals bad bullpen.
Definitely tired bullpen equals bad bullpen.
That is true.
The starting pitching isn't as good as we thought it was going to be because it's not who we thought it was going to be.
No, there's nobody there that you thought was. You didn't think Julio was going to start the year in the rotation.
I'm happy he did.
I'm very happy he did, but it was to a point where you were thinking it was going to be. I mean, who did you think it was going to be? Obviously, you thought going into the year, Kershaw was going to be your starting guy.
Starter.
You thought Walker was going to be behind him, or Rich Hill behind him, or Kenta behind him, and Ryu behind him. And now you have no Rich Hill, no.
You lost your
Clayton
top
Kershaw,
2, and you were able to start the season going 8-2.
No Ryu. So you got 3 guys that were out that were supposed to be in the rotation, and suddenly you got a rotation of Ross Stripling and company, which is a good band, by the way. Ross Stripling and company.
Yeah, I saw them. They were on Backstage Dodgers. They played a really, really.
What do they call Motley Blue?
Motley Blue. Yeah. So bad.
It's pretty good. I liked it. But I mean, to say that the starting rotation isn't as good as we thought it might be, no one thought that this would be the starting rotation. Mm-hmm. But looking at that starting rotation, I still thought that was a pretty good rotation. I felt confident about it. I felt good.
Yeah, we mentioned it a couple of times. Like you have Ross, who was an all-star last year, and just to be able to plug him in.
Yeah, and then Ryu going down with his injury in the second inning or whatever, and the bullpen has to take over for 8 innings of a game is not something that you expect. You can't plan for that. I mean, you realistically cannot plan for that. You have to bring up Chargois just because you're like, everybody's gassed out. We got to bring up an arm and we got to send somebody down.
Schultz actually pitched an inning and didn't allow a run today. That's Hall of Fame career trajectory.
He's our closer now.
That makes him the closer.
We gave him a 10-year contract.
What else you got, T?
Okay, Taylor Spencer is asking a non-Dodgers related question. Do you guys think Boston had a good bullpen last year?
I thought Taylor was going to ask about food or something like that. I got really excited. Do you think Boston had a good bullpen? Boston had a very good bullpen in October.
Absolutely.
Very good bullpen in October. Their bullpen the rest of the year was your favorite word, wishy-washy. Wishy-washy. Joe Kelly, god-awful to start the season.
Yeah.
Nathan Eovaldi, not really in the bullpen.
He was at Tampa when he started, and then they brought him over. He started,
and then he was a starter. He was a bullpen guy. He was a starter. He was a bullpen guy, and then
he was
World Series. He was everybody.
Yeah. He was wherever they need him. I don't think anybody ever feels they have a good bullpen. Look at how many closers the Yankees have. Do you think they feel they have a good bullpen?
Yeah, don't they have 5 Aroldis Chapmans or something like that?
They have
just
Chapman. They have Betances. They have Zach Britton, all of which have major league saves.
Yeah.
They also had David Robertson last year.
That was their plan. They're like, okay, how do we get good relief pitchers? Everybody who's ever had a save, we'll bring them in. Yeah, that's good. You pay relievers money? I've never heard of such a thing.
Yeah, that not in LA. You really don't. We've had one out of the last however many years.
Yeah, remember how that turned out when we paid him?
Oh, you're talking about Joe Kelly, right?
Yeah, that one too.
He's gonna figure it
That
out.
one too.
I got
I more
faith in
meant the
JK.
Gagne contract that didn't work out at all.
That wasn't a Friedman
But
contract.
they had to. They had to give him a contract.
All right, give us some more, and then we're gonna go find some fun stuff on the internet here too.
Okay. Eric Nicholas asked, "Who's our chase this year?"
Nicholas.
I called him today. I'm pretty proud of it. I called him the Sultan of Clutch, Mr. David Freese.
Yeah,
That's the chase,
dude. That guy. I mean, age-wise, it's defaulted to him. It's got to be him. And also, I mean, if you're looking at age, Kershaw's not as old as he appears. Was he 30, 31? He's not old. He kind of looks like he's old. Like you would think, like he's been around so long, he's got to be close to 40 now. He's not close to 40 now. David Freese is definitely that guy. They already talked about him on Sportsnet LA like all day today about how he's just like taken over that clubhouse lead from Chase Utley without actually saying he took over the clubhouse lead from, because technically Chase Utley never left our hearts. So he's still there.
Very important news on the stream.
Mm-hmm.
Jess is here in the stream. It's about time, Jess. Come on now. Letting us down.
She's like slept in or something.
Letting us down. Yes, I see South Central. Yes, this is a slightly new format, and it looks pretty. Look at our shirts down there. We'll get to more shirts in a little bit.
Are they down there?
But buy some shirts, guys. Buy us some. Buy more shirts equals
cool.
more beer for us. I think that's the way it goes.
This is the hot seller, isn't it?
Yeah, I've seen a few of those. Legendary, like right about there.
Jackie Robinson Day coming up
I'm
on
delayed.
Monday.
On Monday. Oh, Monday.
Are you going to be at Monday's game? I'm going to be at Monday's game.
You're going to be at Monday's
I'm going to
game?
be at Monday's game.
Shock. Wait,
so
I
if
have
you guys
the
are there,
knockoff.
don't say hello to me.
Monday is going to be huge. So give them.
Oh, Puig's back.
Puig's, give them their Clayton Kershaw update of the week.
The Puig is back in town, and the Kershaw is back in town.
Well, now you spoiled it.
Yeah, I'm just throwing it out there right away. So Clayton Kershaw threw 2 rehab outings, one in OKC at AAA, one in Tulsa. OKC went kind of interesting. He threw like 4 1/3 innings, gave up a home run to some scrub.
And
by which I mean a top 30 prospect. He struck out 6, walked 2. He was kind of all over the place in that start, but reasonable. It's his first game action since a very bad time. A very bad time in all of our hearts and souls. That's the last time he threw in a live game. Mm-hmm. In Tulsa, which was the AA team, he threw 6 innings, gave up 5 hits, 2 solo shots in the last inning that he pitched. But I want you to take away something good from this, because there's a lot of bad in this world right now. And I need you guys to be positive and have a great outlook on life, because if you go to bed thinking so negatively every night, that'll pour over into your relationships, into your family, everything, into your work, everything that you do. So let me give you something positive on this. The bad is that he gave up 2 solo home runs. That's kind of like his thing. The good is he threw a ton of strikes, and I think that's what he was focused on. He got through the
89 miles an hour.
Yeah, shut up. So he got through the first 3 innings in like 28 pitches or something like that, or less. He was like by dealing, I mean he was putting the ball over the plate, and they were hitting ground balls, and he was getting some strikeouts. He ended up striking out 6, so he struck out 12 over his 2 rehabs. He had a 1.0645 whip over his 2 rehab starts.
How was his nene? I'm never going to
not do it. His whip was
not
good, and neither was his nene, because he's not much of a dancer. However, his velocity did sit somewhere between 88 and 90 miles an hour, which
it's just okay.
I'm not a professional, but if you throw about as hard as Jamie Moyer, you might have a rough life.
No, Jamie Moyer was like an 80-81 guy. This is straight cheese right there.
I'll have to see what his breaking ball looked like, because he is really going to have to rely on his breaking stuff for the rest of his career.
Well, that's what he learned so much in 2018.
Yeah, that's why it was so important that he developed that slider, because if you remember the changeup, which doesn't exist yet. I don't know how you change up from 88 miles an hour.
He's been working on that changeup for the last 8 years.
All spring training, every spring
training. Oh yeah, I'm playing around with the changeup.
When he was just throwing fastball and that dirty curveball, he was successful, but when you're just sitting on 2 different pitches, it's kind of a little bit easier as a hitter. Yeah. So he knew, and it's a good thing he did, because now he's going to have to rely a lot on a curveball and a slider, because putting the ball over the plate at 88 miles an hour, 89 miles an hour, you might as well call it a career, guys. You're not going to make it doing that. You got to Greg Maddux this.
So friend of the stream, Brian Hatfield over on Facebook. Thanks for hanging out, Brian. Says Brookshaw is going to get hit like a piñata. Tina on Facebook says pitching has always been an issue. Management doesn't want to admit it or pay for it. I don't know if pitching has always been an issue. I wouldn't go that way. I also don't feel that Kershaw's going to get hit like a piñata because I think that only happens against Miami.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Somewhere in the middle, but yeah, we've very much seen that management doesn't like to pay for pitching because they don't have to. We're the Dodgers. We draft pitching.
No, we plan
breed
ahead.
pitching. We make it happen. Yeah, plan ahead.
We plan ahead.
We got Dustin
We're great
May.
Planners.
Like Bill was saying, we got Dustin May. That is the envy
Man,
of
I'm
so many
excited
people.
when he comes up, guys.
Tony Cat Gonsolin is gonna change some people's worlds. And I think it's going to make, what do they call themselves? Horny Dodger Twitter now or something like that? They keep changing. Y'all keep changing. We love you guys. Thanks for hanging
The
out.
witches.
The witches.
That's what you refer to? Yeah.
They again, it changes, but they're going to love Tony.
You can be whatever you want.
He's got that
They're going to
dirty
love Tony,
mustache.
man. He does, yeah. He's got the Scott Alexander times 10, dude.
He's a grimy dude. He's going to be fun.
So what's your prediction for the first Kershaw on Puig at bat? Because that's going to be interesting. Because I didn't think about that until just now when I realized he's starting on Monday.
Yeah,
what does that first at bat look like? Get us those
predictions, guys. We want to get because we got a lot of Puig.
Do you think he's going to be fun? Like, is he going to be entertaining when he's back home, or you think he's going to be serious and all business and pissed off? I really don't know what we're going to get from him.
I mean, that's just the story of Puig's career.
Yeah, you never know what you're going to get from him.
You didn't know. You didn't know if he was going to be super engaged that week, that day, that game, even your month, or even your year. But we know he will be there for you.
To be honest,
he's your friend.
I'm still upset that we're talking about him so much.
That came together so good.
As well.
That is so
you had to give yourself one.
No idea.
I need my soundboard so I can give you things.
I can give you a button.
It's like
it won't work.
A little baby one. And when I hit it, just know that it's your turn to.
Just tell me. Just awkwardly reach across. But yeah, Puig is coming home. That's a big one. You have Kershaw making his big league debut again. His 2019 debut on Monday. It's Jackie Robinson Day, and Puig and the Reds are coming to town. That is just so much excitement for one Monday at the stadium.
Oh my gosh!
How do you even handle that?
I'm leaving work early.
42.
I mean, I'm not leaving work
42.
early.
I'm not leaving. Yeah. You look ill,
boss.
You look sickly. Are you Corey Seager?
No, I actually always look sickly. T.A. Kings is en route to KC right now, watching us.
Smart move. Yeah.
I don't know about driving and watching.
No, flight
video.
Magic
of flight. Okay, I don't know if he didn't specify.
He's on the flying machine. So again, Puig, as we know, we didn't get a chance to talk about it because it happened after our last live stream, and I saved it from our podcast. By the way, guys, we do podcast also. So we're doing 2 bits of content for you each week. You get a podcast probably on like Monday or Tuesday.
We knew you guys wanted to hear us like a lot.
Yeah,
so
you need us.
We'll make it happen.
We need us. We need more of that sweet Modelo money.
The beer money.
Or more importantly, some of that sweet Golden Road money. Those beers were pretty fine. Thank you, Golden Road. Again, that's at Golden Road Brew. So Puig was prepping for his return to Dodger Stadium by fighting like all of the Pirates, like literally every one of them.
Every Pirate.
So I decided it's not a video. Well, it is a video. I wanted to pick out all of the best of the scene. The scene was so iconic of Puig fighting literally every single one of the Pirates. So we wanted to get each and every one of the finest like Renaissance edits, as I called them, Puigassance. Which they should be on the screen, probably, possibly. I don't know, but they were gold. Everybody
were so good.
Everybody was perfect with their ability to go onto PowerPoint and like change some of the scenes slightly. We see the first in there, and just so many sweet edits. So thank you to everybody on the internet for making those happen. There was a lot of fear though around that because you knew a suspension was coming. Luckily, it was only 2 games, but Dodger fans, you still get worried that it's going to be, he's going to have to run those games like, oh, don't appeal. He ended up not appealing because, as he said, I don't want to appeal because then I'd have to talk to Joe Torre again. I was like, wow.
He's like, I'm sick of it. I'm sick of talking to him.
Saying it like it is. He's like, yeah, he's going to say what he's going to say. I'm going to say what I'm going to say. And at the end, he's going to be right. So
who do you identify most with in those pictures? The guy on the ground holding Puig's leg?
No, I'm Matt Kemp.
When he's just like in the back lane.
I'm Matt Kemp. It's like, I know I really don't like you, but you're my boy. I'm going to protect you.
I'm the guy in the back that somehow looks like he has no idea what's going on, even though that fracas has been going on for a few minutes. He's just like, what? That's me.
I really do hope everybody saw that Puig fight because it was
quality entertainment.
That was better than Pacquiao won with Pacquiao Mayweather.
Whatever. Was it better than Puig Bumgarner?
Yes. Because have you ever seen such a divided line like right down the middle. Reds v Pirates. Like it was Civil War, as I also called it. I put one up on my Instagram.
That was good. That was
no
cool.
shout out, but
favorite scene from Civil War. Is that what you said? Something like that, yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
No,
it's good.
I liked it when
just one person in a sea of yellow.
I liked Civil War when Bucky and Cap are beating the hell out of Iron Man because he was sad that Bucky killed his parents. Like, that's just messed up. Let's jump you because you're mad. Something that happened 20 years ago. So
yes.
we went around the office. We put together a nice little video. I want you to introduce it.
You want me to talk about the video?
The video that
you don't want to talk
about
it. You don't want to talk about it at all?
No. Puig's coming back to
so
LA.
with Puig coming back to LA, we decided, you know what? We're going to ask some of our staff how they feel on the return of Yasiel Puig, and they had plenty of opinions on those. So let's take a look at them.
We went to the Dodger game last week. I think I really realized, like, oh wow, he's really not here. At the end of the day, he's a Cincinnati Red. For me, it's just play baseball. He's the opponent. We got to take him down and get the W.
It breaks my heart that he's not a Dodger anymore. He's like my son, but I'm gonna support him and wish the best for him, even if he is on quote-unquote a bad team.
Bittersweet a little bit. I don't really miss him as much. And that whole fiasco with, Pittsburgh, I'm like, all right, I kind of don't really miss him at all.
It's weird. I need to be able to see the screen.
Isn't it? It should be right there.
Hi guys. Apparently we're back. We couldn't see the screen. We had internal technical difficulties. So we hope you heard that. If not, I don't know. I guess the stream would tell us if there's no audio, but we assume there is. There's Gail in the house. Thanks for hanging out, Gail.
Gail.
In short, everybody's has opinions. What is your opinion of Puig coming home?
I didn't know what we were talking about.
That's what it is.
I thought I was going to get like a good opinion. My opinion is that he will be here.
Yeah, how do you feel about
on Monday?
No, how do you feel about Puig coming back to Dodger Stadium? What do you think's going to happen?
I'm more interested in seeing just how he reacts. The game Puig is a lot different from the. I guess the game Puig's not that much different from the off the field Puig. That generally a player is a little bit different off the field than they are on the field. But with him, he's kind of just himself all the time. It's weird to see him all business, and I'm interested to see if he shows up and he's just so. He's upset. He's angry at the Dodgers. He's angry about how it played out. If you watch any of his Instagram stories, anything on his social media, he's still upset about it, and he's still playing that card big time.
Yeah.
I don't know how he's going to show up. I don't know if he's going to be pissed off and be all business, or if he's going to be goofy and enjoy the time and hope that he just crushes. That might be how he feels. I don't know what he's going to do. I hope he's goofy. I hope he's fun. I hope he's the guy that you hate unless he's on your team. I hope he's that. I don't know if he will be.
He's going to have – I think he's going to have as much fun with it as he can, but he's really going to struggle with – I might get some flack for it, but, it's like you broke up with the hot significant other, and now you're going back to a party of mutual friends, and you're with kind of like an uggo, but
he got dumped.
But you're pretending you're happy. That's what he's at right now. Like, I'm raging, I'm having a good time, all that kind of stuff. And
so we're the hot blonde here. Not like us, but like L.A.
Wait, you're not calling me a hot blonde?
I mean, you can be whatever you want to be.
I love Puig. I'm happy Puig's coming back. It's gonna be fun, but after it, we're done. Like that's enough. You have to talk about Puig. I mean, wait, for the same regard, we have to talk about Yasmani Grandal coming back this weekend.
Yeah.
Like that one's an easy one.
Yeah.
I went on a Brewers podcast yesterday, I think it was, and we were laughing about. Well, I wanted to bring up Front Row Amy because we got to tell her to be safe with all the past balls going on over there. But I don't think Yasmani's going to get much love. But straight up, you're going to see a lot of cheers, and I think it's going to be like that combo cheer boo thing, or the boo into a boovation.
I'm not a big fan of the booing. Whatever your opinions are, he got traded.
Yeah.
So that when Matt Kemp originally got traded, the first time he came back to the Dodger Stadium as a Padre. First time he came back to the stadium, I was there and I was very excited and I was ready to, I was ready for this big happy response. He got booed like big time. And obviously he had some comments about LA, later in his career. It wasn't even right after he got traded, but he got booed so hard, and it was just like, this guy put so much time and effort into LA, and you guys boo him because he got traded, and now he's on a different team. It's like, I don't know about that. I understand Puig said some questionable things about his time in LA. I understand he's really trying to win the breakup. I understand. I don't think you need to boo him. He will get booed, no doubt. I don't doubt it one bit. He will get booed, but I don't really think that's warranted.
Twitch, Perez 1619. Does Puig have more hits or strikeouts during the season? During the series?
Who?
Puig. Does he have more hits or strikeouts?
During the series.
Yeah.
I'd probably say more hits.
More hits.
Yeah.
Oh.
I think he's really gonna have
It's gonna be a bike bell.
his coming out party as a Red in LA. I think it's what it's gonna be.
Jess coming in hot here with some Ari. We love that. It's just hashtag thank you next. 100%.
Yeah, we're over him. We're over him big time.
Taylor saying Puig is overrated, period. David asking, will fans still yell Puig? Yes.
But it's going to sound like boo.
I will 100% yell Puig because he deserves it, you know, and then that's about it. Finn Scully wants to know what's for dinner. I don't know.
Modelo.
Modelo time, fool. All right, so we do got to take this opportunity to tell you about a couple things that we usually tell you at the top of the show. But we want to do it this way. We want to remind you to what? Point at me. You want me to do it? I'm going to do it then. Subscribe to our podcast. You know, we're on iTunes, we're on Spotify, iHeartRadio, everywhere podcasts are found. And there's secret content you guys don't get here in the the Periscope streams and on YouTube and all that.
You get to hear a lot of our voice like extra. In case that's the reason why you tune into this show.
A lot of our voice extra.
If that's the reason why you tune into our show, that's the place to be. You can also watch us and interact with us live every single Thursday as what you're doing right here. Yeah. You can do it on Twitter. You can do it on Periscope, Facebook Live, Twitch, and YouTube. And, of course, you can always find our content on DodgerNation.com, and there is always some great stuff up on there. Always some great stuff up on there. There was some good stuff up there on this week.
Yeah. Why don't you tell them a little bit about that, bro?
I will do that. So some of our top stories from the week, we talked about Alex Verdugo's walk-up song, which straight fire. Straight fire. Volver, Volver, which means...
It makes me sad.
Do you know what it means?
Happy. Yeah, it's return,
dog. Yeah.
Dog. I didn't know dog was in there.
My favorite thing is when he hits a home run and then everyone says that ball's not going to Volver, Volver. That's awesome.
So Sujo, we know. We saw you with that fire content on the Doyers Twitter. So, you know.
Yeah, so he talked about that a little bit. Another interesting thing that happened.
Yes.
A bunch of Tommy Lasorda bobbleheads went missing. I don't think we ever figured out, no one's got to the bottom of this yet, but the Dodgers are suing this company that basically for 40,000 bobbleheads or something like that they were supposed to produce and have ready, and they're gone. So somewhere in Koreatown or something like that, in some back alley, there's just 400 boxes of Tommy Lasorda bobbleheads.
From what we hear,
I really hope somebody finds these.
From what we hear, actually, I think Tamara ended up with all of them.
Yeah, they're just in her closet.
They're in the back of her Civic. It's
she
really
actually
cool.
made a shrine out of them. Her whole wall is covered in them, and there's candles. It's really nice.
We know she loves her Tommy shrine. It's very important stuff.
Another interesting that happened was ESPN basically broke down what the Dodgers would look like for the rest of the year in terms of their record and success if they didn't make another move.
What wasn't it, the next couple of years in that one, I think it was?
Right.
Yeah. Crushed it.
Can you imagine that? Not making any moves. And people had a lot of different responses to this. Some people were upset about it. I don't know why people were so upset about it. It was just a what if. This is not happening. I think people took that kind of as they're not going to make any moves for the next couple of years. It's not what I meant. But not making any moves. And there were really good results. Shockingly good results.
The team is built for continued success, for longevity, for getting your guys' money. Our money, all of our money. We're all here. We're all fans.
Yeah, and so this is a team, like we said, they plan things out very well in advance. They make sure that...
Except for getting the bobbleheads.
Except for getting the bobbleheads ahead of a time and making sure that they're there. This is a team that drafts extremely well. I mean, we're talking about guys that fell back way in the draft and now are producing every single day. Walker Buehler, the man, the guy who no one wanted to take a chance on because his arm blew out as a college junior, senior, whatever he was. Nobody wanted to take a chance on him, and it's understandable why. He's injury prone already as a kid. Why would you pick him up? And now he's throwing harder than he ever has his entire life. And with that, I also want to talk about this other article that one of our writers had written. I think it was Clint Evans that wrote this one, wasn't it?
Never heard of him.
Yeah.
Diamond Hoggers in the flesh.
Basically moving the idea
Ooh.
The idea, as it were.
It's a concept.
I'm not saying this is
Wild
something
construct.
that's happening, but I'm not saying it's something that's not happening because it's not been talked about literally at all.
But it's on the internet. That makes us happy.
It is on the internet, which means it's kind of being talked about, but just by us. So there's that. The idea of moving Walker Buehler to the bullpen. Before you set your computer on fire.
I know I have one.
Punch a hole in your computer, whatever you're going to do. Before you do that, I would like to just point out, he did, as Mr. Plunkett said, he did not really have a spring training, did he not?
He absolutely did not, and it's showing. And that kid's somebody who needs the repetition.
Right. If anything, today just kind of proved that
he worked on the home run
actually
hack.
might be good.
No,
he absolutely
He's
did.
Never been good out of the bullpen. Leave the boy alone. A couple of responses I do got to get to. So South Central TA Kings 1148 says in regards to Mr. Volver himself, but he doesn't speak Espanol. No, he does not. Vin Scully 909 in regards to Tommy Lasorda bobbleheads, says Dodger check bounce. That's good stuff. Give it a couple points on that one.
So they just kept him in their warehouse.
Yeah, might as well.
That's good. I like that.
And then I saw another good one. Johnny says Lasorda took all his bobbleheads to his pad in Fullerton, which is, might as well.
Well, Lasorda has his own bobbleheads?
Yeah, wouldn't you want you would have your own bobblehead.
Oh my God, those look just like me. Just kept them all.
Getting back to some, we got to do it because again, we need beer money. We got to hawk our stuff right, but this time we're hawking it for a right reason. Like we already mentioned earlier, Monday there's going to be a lot going on. There's going to be so much going on at Dodger Stadium. You have Kershaw making his 2019 debut. You have Puig, and let's be fair, Matt Kemp coming back home, and most importantly, Kyle Farmer.
Yeah, don't forget about the Kyle Farmer trade, guys.
Respect to my boy.
We lost that trade.
K-Farm. Yeah, in the Kyle Farmer trade. And I think Alex Wood is on the DL, so whatever.
Is he? I kind of forgot about Alex Wood, to be honest with you. I thought he was still on the team.
So did his family at Christmas, but it's cool. But most importantly, on Monday, it's a league-wide. It's a baseball celebration.
Oh, it's a national holiday, man.
It's 42. It's the day that the color barrier was broken. Mr. Jack Roosevelt Robinson, in the flesh, made his major league debut. And we got this fine shirt in honor of him, legendary. We've seen a lot of love on that shirt. So we do have a special coming out on, I think it's going to be on our newsletter. So DodgersNation.com/subscribe on that. There's really cool stuff there. Make sure you hit that. But our crack news team here, our crack production team, put together just this beautiful commercial. And I think it would be bad if we didn't show it. So producer, go ahead and hit that sweet commercial.
What's wrong?
I think we're supposed to dress cool today.
You look fine.
No way. I wish I had a shirt like that.
You can get one.
Where?
Why, DodgersNation.com/store. They just updated their site with a bunch of new stuff.
Wait, who are you talking to? Oh, whoa. That was fast. Thanks for helping me out.
Absolute gold.
Golden.
Have you ever seen anything more better?
That was actually me playing the kazoo in the background.
We were very happy. We were looking for that kazoo music, and you were like, "Oh, this."
I
Don't
just
worry,
so
Sonny,
happen
I
to know
got
how to
this."
play a kazoo.
Yeah, you just put
It
your
used
lips
to be
together and then
I
make
don't even
your
know who plays kazoos.
I have no idea. But if you guys don't want to buy shirts based on that beautiful commercial featuring our lovely Tamara and the other guy and the rest, like, you must just hate happiness and puppies.
If you'd also like us to make your commercials for you, you can hit us up on Twitter, slide into our DMs. We have a crack production team around here. Nothing but the best at Dodgers Nation, let me tell you.
Of course, on the stream, you guys have seen it all stream long. We have the special live stream promo code going, BHLive20. It gets you 20% off. But that's just for y'all special people here in the live stream. But
you special.
Yeah, I'm just saying. So what else do we have going on the stream? Were you able to get the tweet of the week prepped? Oh, sweet. We're going to move to tweet of the week then. Blue Heaven tweet of the week.
Of the week.
Number 2.
We should have like a cool intro like that.
Oh, it's going to happen.
Okay.
It takes time to make gold. We've been working on that commercial for 14 months.
You're saying years.
14 months.
years.
You know, I think we should give away the shirt, by the way, before we get into anything. You want to give away a shirt? I think somebody want that shirt?
I'll take it.
Right there? Not you?
No, I just thought it was an open giveaway. That's
all right. We're gonna do a shirt giveaway before getting into the tweet of the week. How do we want to do it? We just want to. We're gonna give it to the first person we see answer it here on the stream. The first person I see. Shirt giveaway. We have a question. What school did Jackie attend after high school?
What school did Jackie Robinson attend after high school? I am watching on Facebook. You are watching everywhere else.
Christina coming in hard with the novel. It was like 14.
Oh, whoa, that's the longest Facebook comment we've ever got.
So you guys get us that answer. Jess reminds us that Clint Evans wants a shirt.
He does want a shirt.
We know. So while you guys get us those answers, we'll find the first one that pops up again, and we're looking for.
The answer is not UCLA. The answer is not UCLA. That was later.
Oh, we got a lot of them. Oh, I think I see a winner.
I still don't have one.
We have a winner right here. It is MSTR Controls. It's PCC, Pasadena City College, right down the street. You're a winner. Haha.
Y'all mess with PCC.
All right. So how do you want to do it? DM us. Slip into the DN DMs, and we'll get you those shirts. Or at me, at RealFRG. We'll make sure you get you that shirt. I don't know what your name is, so tell me that you're Mr. Controls. That's the thing. So PCC. Tweet of the week. So, I mean, you got to see it. I hate going back-to-back content from a good friend of the show. But
I don't
this
hate
is
it.
gold.
He's solid.
Look at Rick being just beyond adorable with Charlotte. That is Joe Davis's daughter. Mm-hmm. And apparently Rick is a master of many jobs, including making his own notes for the podcast, which said, talk slower.
Speak slower.
Speak slow.
But he told us he was going to be picking up Charlotte this week while Joe was out of town. He was going to be helping. And,
the ultimate chauffeur.
Apparently, Charlotte loves him. Adores him, according to Joe.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is pretty awesome. He had claimed it was...
Rick.
He had complained. He had... contended, I guess, that it was because of his Dodger blue car. That's what she liked most about him. But apparently Joe said she just loves him.
Oh, by the way, it's Mr. Carlos that won the Chinga.
Thank you, Mr. Carlos. So as you can tell, there's a reason why every woman on Twitter and Instagram that is a Dodgers fan seems to be in love with Rick. There you go. There's just more fuel for the fire.
Could you crush that salmon polo the same way he can?
I absolutely cannot. I have a weird skin tone. It's very strange.
That might be the name of the podcast.
Weird skin tone?
Weird skin tone.
Yeah. I'm just like a milky white, and I don't really blend with anything. That's why I can wear white, because I'm so white that I'm probably whiter than the shirt.
We're very proud of you.
This is a shirt, too, but it's a different shirt.
All right. Final question. This came on Twitter earlier today. At BlueSpirit_19 asked, MLB Food Fest? You had brought this up to me.
That is a thing.
I had no idea it was a thing, and if anybody is not... by the way, thank you, Ray. Ray's hanging out. It says, awesomely badass show, as usual. Just checking in. Best in the business.
Thanks, Ray.
Thank you. By the way, guys, I do got to mention, we're going to be on KTLA's pregame show tomorrow. I kind of missed that.
That's kind of a big thing.
That's a big
doing that.
We'll be on KTLA sometime in the 6 to 6:30 hour. That is channel 5 here in the local.
Make sure to take pictures of us on your TV and send them to us so that we can admire ourselves, because that's what we very much like to do.
Maybe you can finally give away that Rob Segedin card.
I do still have a Rob. It's in my backpack over there, actually. I still have a Rob Segedin card that I meant to give away. It's signed, guys. Signed by the one, the only, the legend, the Sultan of... whatever, not great, but Mr. Rob Segedin, the Sultan of eyeglass wear.
He retired, right?
Did he? Is that what happened?
Because he had
dude,
nasty
that card
arthritis.
is so valuable now.
Triple the value.
Dude, I'm not giving that away now.
Oh, Rob, hey, Rob, if you're out there, come hang out on the show.
There you go. If you guys are watching the KTLA broadcast and you can get a picture of us on the KTLA broadcast and you can tweet it at BrookMe3 and at RealFRG and at Dodgers Nation, I will give the very first person a signed Rob Segedin card. I don't have it on my persons, but I promise you it exists. There you go. That's a good giveaway.
I mean, it's not.
Make people pay attention. I mean, it's not a great giveaway, but it's signed,
It is
autographed, and verified. And verified.
It is a giveaway. We gave away a shirt today in the stream. We're giving away probably one of those air quote. I see you, Jess. It's not crooked. You're crooked. That's right. I said it.
I'll take that, Jess.
Me. At me.
I think she did.
Well, Sultan of Segadin. They like that one.
Well, there you go.
Jess wants you to wear a crooked canvas shirt tomorrow. Which is cool.
I don't think we can have one.
That.
We can't have one whipped up that fast. I don't think.
Probably not. I got a guy.
I can just wear the shirt. Crooked.
And also, I didn't even hear. Did you say this? Because Laura says this is a shirt too. Brooke, she quoted you.
I did say that. This is a shirt. This is a shirt that we produced, but it is.
Yeah.
It is.
That is special behind the scenes stuff. You guys don't get it yet.
So I have it. You don't. A lot of people want this shirt because. I think it's just because I make it look so good. I don't know what else to.
Wow.
I work out once a year, and it just happens.
Perez 1619 says, "How's that fair? I can't watch KTLA because I live in Colorado now."
Well, you better find a way.
Just have somebody like stream KTLA for you, like on their phone or something like that. That's my best guess. So, Food Fest. You said you were going. Are you gonna go?
I think I'm gonna go, man. I was talking to some people. Just cut me out like that, man. I was talking to some people on Twitter. I wanted to find out how many people from Twitter were going to. Sorry, everybody else, but I'm more active on Twitter than anywhere else.
True.
I'm so sorry.
He's all lovey-dovey with his current wife on Instagram.
Yeah, whatever.
Current wife.
On Twitter, everyone seems to be going to the Sunday because that works out best with the game that's right after, since it's in LA.
Oh, that's right. It's like multiple days, huh?
Yeah. So it's like Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I think. Maybe it's just Saturday, Sunday. I don't remember. I'm going on Sunday. There's a lot of people from Twitter going on Sunday that I'm hoping to meet up with and say hello to because I only know them from their
and you only
Twitter
know that word.
Pictures. What?
Hello. That's the only word you know.
I'm not good at talking to people, guys. If you've ever met me in person, I'm like, hello.
That's it.
And then I shake your hand very awkwardly, and I have clammy hands. And yeah. So if you're going to MLB Food Fest, I would really like to hear about it. I'd like to know if you're going to be there. I'd love to see you guys. I'd love to hang out with you guys. You should come. I don't know what you're doing that day. You're probably like watching baseball or something.
I tend to watch baseball.
Yeah, but there's going to be, there's food from like every ballpark there. Like all the, good stuff. Like not the, what's something really bad from Dodger Stadium?
Somebody out there's got a smile. Oh, the Dodger dog? That's right. I said it.
God, dude. He doesn't like Dodgers. Don't listen to him.
They're not good.
There's this weird like Asian bowl thing that's at Dodger Stadium that I got one time, and it was like soupy, and I don't think it was supposed to be soupy, and that was my mistake. So I hope that's not there. That's all I'm saying. But there's like the churro dog. I don't even know where that came from, and I don't know what that is, but I want 2 of them. Find
us on the internet at DodgersNation.com. Subscribe to
end on churro dog, huh?
Ending on churro dog just for you. I mean, it's about that time. We got to wrap it up. Podcast and music's already playing, Subscribe to Blue Heaven, and we're on iTunes. We're on Spotify, iHeartRadio, Google Play, Stitcher Radio, Play FM. Everywhere podcasts are found, we can be found, and we'll probably be back in your ears on like Tuesday or whatever.
That was a really accurate, wrap up of everything. Tuesday or whatever. We'll be back. We'll be back next week at some point. We will definitely be here on Thursday. I don't know about the other days. Don't forget, you can catch us on KTLA tomorrow between the hours of 6 and 6:30, approximately. You can find myself on Instagram and on Twitter as BrookMe3. This guy over here on my right at RealFRG on the internets. A huge thank you to our crack production team who produced that awesome, one-of-a-kind commercial. My goodness, guys. Huge thank you to you guys. Beautiful. At Tammy Tika, at ZJames_, and at Mr. Gary Lee. Thank you guys. Yes, you. Every single one of you for all of your questions, comments, concerns, and general anguish in the comments. Really appreciate you guys. Really appreciate you guys getting the questions for Bill and making sure that we have plenty of stuff to talk to him about. And we really appreciate everything that you guys do for us, and that's why we do giveaways like this.
You're very appreciative today, aren't you?
Just a good day, dude. It's Thursday. It's almost Friday.
To sum up what he's saying, thanks for hanging out with us, and we will see you next Thursday.
Bye.